Hey guys, Matt Goodwin, elitefts.com, equipment sales, and this is my home gym, the G3 compound. Hey, so, the big thing is home gym is always storage. So I'm lucky with the fact that I assemble racks on a daily basis, and I end up with spare parts all the time. So luckily we don't know how to count, and we send excess parts a lot of the times when we do these installs. So to hang my bands, this is simply just a chain storage from a collegiate power rack. Lagged it into the wood, now I got band storage. Same thing with the bar holders. These are just bar holders off the back of a power rack. Had some extra ones, zipped them right into the boards, and I hold my reverse grip bar and my trap bar in here, which also, I hate the trap bar, so it's basically hanging my gear. Every now and then I like to throw on a little gear, kind of boost the confidence a little bit, make me feel good about myself. Always have a mop and a bucket. Gyms get nasty, you sweat, you stink, clean it up. This is a gun rack that we do make at Elite FTS. I have some bars on here. Some of my favorite, the SS yoke bar, obviously. Tsunami bars are always fun. I do have a little 15-pound aluminum bar. My wife's not quite strong enough to use a 45-pound bar. And then, the curls for the girls. You gotta have that curl bar. Another thing that people always forget about home gyms, dehumidifiers. Get yourself a dehumidifier. Moisture is the enemy of all equipment. Get yourself a nice dehumidifier, keep that thing running, get the moisture off your stuff. You'll thank me later. Again, back to extra spare parts. I had some extra chain holders, again, perfect for my accessories. All my lat attachments, grenade balls, spud straps are always cool. They got great stuff, easy loaders, but these work great. So this is the original Scholastic plate loaded Lat Pull Low Row combo. We have made some changes to this and a lot of upgrades. So of course we made these changes about 6 months after I purchased this, but great piece, versatile. You can do the high pull, so any kind of lat pull down movement. I do tricep extensions on here, I do abs. With the low row cable, I'll sit on the ground, obviously I'll do rows. I do a lot of pull throughs with this, curls. You can do a ton of things on this unit. And what we did to kind of improve this design was we got rid of the guide rods, and what we have now is a slider. So it's actually going to be a tube that goes around the 3x3 tubing that's wrapped in UHMW, and it slides on the post. So what that does is it keeps it from moving. So if you load, say, a 45 on one side but nothing on the other, it's not going to kind of teeter-totter. It's going to stay nice and stable for you. So it's a really good design, but it's all based off of this. This is the, now you'll see it as the quick ship Lat Pull Low Row combo, but this is the original version. It's still a great piece. I love it. We used the heck out of this thing. It was probably one of the best additions that I made to the gym. I did a connector that we custom built to go from the connector to the rack. And again, we use a lot of, my wife loves the blast straps, so we use a lot of the blast straps on here. I'll put bands on there for triceps, face pulls, more ab work, that kind of stuff. So a little connector beam, which is like 175 bucks, does a wonder for a home gym. And now we're actually selling that combo with the quick ship rack and the lat pull down low row combo. So this is where it all kind of started, was off of this design. Battle ropes, you can see how much I use those. They're still in the original packaging, but they're awesome. Get them, whatever. I got bad shoulders, I don't do that. Dumbbells, I just went with the steel hex iron dumbbell. I wasn't going to spend a lot of money on them, but this is all I need. I only go up to 65. If I need to add more, I'll just wrap a band around them and add some tension that way. Again, belt holder. I've got all kinds of different, spud belts, Elite FTS, P2 belts. Got to have belts, lots of options there. There's a lot of uses for those. The power rack that I decided to go with is the Scholastic rack that we formerly sold, which is now morphed into the quick ship rack. But this is the original Scholastic rack. I know we have a ton of these out in the market, so you can really get pretty creative with these things. So don't think that just because you have this rack, you can't get different attachments. I did go with the monkey chin-up bar. I did have to invert that because of my ceiling restraints, dip attachments, half rack, spotter arms, The rod and pipe, which comes with all of ours, which there is a purpose for the rod and pipe. Don't just say, oh, they're ugly and they're a pain in the ass. There's a reason why we do that. If you're doing rack pulls, if you're doing pin presses, it allows your bar to bounce a little bit so it doesn't bend your bar. When you're putting it on hard steel, it damages the bar. So these do serve their purpose. The safety spotter straps, Spud Inc., because they're awesome. I was a little leery on these, to be honest, guys, but man, these are fantastic. They never have to come off your rack. I can just slide them up and down. If you put them all the way at the bottom, you can pull inside your rack, and that'll keep the bottom brace from being scratched. You can put them offset, so if you're benching by yourself, if you miss high, you can protect your face from getting smashed and roll the bar down. So there's a lot of different options with these. I really highly suggest these. These are really cool. Monolift attachments. I use them just for squatting, so mine never leave this position for me. I'm the only one who uses them in my house. The monolift attachments, we do have those available. We don't have them on the site because we have so many different size racks. You have so many different size racks. People buy them, they don't fit, they get mad, they want to return them. It's a total chaos. If you want any of these attachments, call me or nharvey, email us, instant message us on Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want to do. We have all these parts, we can take care of you. I upgraded the J cups to the sandwich style UHMW J cups. You know, they're fine. I do like the originals a little bit better, but it does have a deeper lip. And again, for you bar nerds, it'll keep your bars nice and clean and nothing will get scratched for you. I did put UHMW strips on the bottom of my rack down here. Again, that was before I had the straps, but that's a nice way to protect your rack too if you're gonna pull inside there so you don't bang the heck out of your bar and your bottom rail there. So that's a nice feature. The other thing I got, before I totally ruined my shoulders, I liked to bench, and I like to bench heavy with a shirt. The 1-inch adjustable J cups that we have available, these are fantastic for that purpose. So if you have like a 3-inch or a 2-inch hole spacing in your rack, these things are great, man. That's gonna give you a 1-inch adjustment on there. So we have these available for you as well. So when I decided to get plates, I just went with the standard plates to start off with. I got about a 500-pound set of the standard plates. That was enough to get me started. As I kind of grew, I just wanted to get a little bit more branding on my rack, so I went with the elitefts bumper plates, just kind of make it a little cleaner, cool look. So I just did 45s, 10s, and then I did our change plates in the 5s and the 2.5s. Elite FTS power bar, these are really cool. I've always been a Texas power bar guy, but I'm telling you, this bar might be a little bit better. It's got a definitely a deeper knurl, and it does have more of a loading area. And it's because we got a smaller sleeve on here, but it allows for a longer loading area so you can get more plates on there. And that's the Elite FTS power bar. It's been a really good addition for me as well. Easy spotter straps. I do this if I'm trying not to kill myself because I normally lift by myself. DC blocks. I use these a lot for the belt squat attachment, which I'll get to here in a second, but I use those a lot. Those are also good. If you can see how they're set up for the bench, for a spotter to get a good lift off on you there too. The bench I started off with is just the Scholastic line, which is now the Quick Ship line. Dumbbell bench, it's fixed. It does have the grip pad material on there, keep you from sliding around. I added my logo, which Ken Hicks came up with for me. But yeah, that's kind of cool. So as you come back over here, good use for bumper plates is to hold your Econo Core Blaster. This never moves from the space. I run my bar out, I got my DC blocks, I'll do my belt squat attachment right here. The Core Blaster belt squat attachment, guys, is awesome. This is probably one of the best things we've come out in a long time. And then I've had this down here for years and I never touched it, but this little single Viking press attachment for the Core Blaster is awesome. If you got bad shoulders, this is the way to go. That thing is a lifesaver for me. Plyo box, my wife likes to do jumps. I don't so much, but this is a cool piece. We have them from Troy Barbell, but we also have the Elite FTS one, which is a little bit better quality in my opinion. You know, get yourself a nice box for the house. It's always worth it. Again, back to my bumper plate fetish where I leave them on the ground so I don't have to pick them up. This is my calf raise, so I didn't want to buy a calf machine. I like doing calves, so I hold on to my little pole here and I get up here and I do my calf raise. And the other good thing about this calf raise is it covers bad spots in the floor. See how that works? See, I mean, it all comes together when you're putting together a home gym. So great calf raise, get yourself a nice big fat bumper plate and leave it on the ground. Over here, box squat box, gotta have an adjustable box squat box. Then you gotta have a real big thick pad to put up there so I can squat really high. And down here, nobody knows it, nobody asks me, nobody critiques it. So again, adjustable box squat box, really cool. You can do like step ups and stuff on these, different stuff like that. So the steel box squat boxes are nice for that fact. The soft box squat boxes, which we'll get to here in a little bit, I wouldn't advise doing step ups or anything else like on that. So this is the steel, the elitefts box squat box. So during quarantine, I had people down here lifting. It was me, my wife, my kid. Then all of a sudden, some of my kids' friends showed up. It was getting a little cluttered in here. So I thought to myself, I need another rack. So I came up with this Monstrosity. And what this is basically another connector beam coming off the other side of the main rack, attaching to 2 posts with 2 half rack spotter feet at the bottom. We weren't sure if this was gonna work, but it actually came out really nice. And I just wanted to have a bunch of accessories on here. I wanted to get stuff off of my rack. I wanted to get it over here. And then if somebody was over, we could have another squat rack area where people could squat, bench, do whatever in there. So with this, I definitely wanted the leg curl attachment. Man, this thing is awesome. So I can do leg curls, I can do leg extensions on this thing. This thing is incredible. It's awesome. It'll fit on any rack. This is super cool. So that was the first and foremost thing I wanted with this rack. The other thing were the lever arms, jammer arms, whatever you want to call them. This, I'll never do a jammer movement in my life ever again, but I use these a lot, obviously, with the adjustable bench. And I'll do like pressing movements, I'll turn around, I'll do rowing movements. So these are more like, you know, plate-loaded machine type area for me. These adjust up and down, move up and down, they can go all the way to the bottom. So these lever arms are pretty cool. Again, just to do different movements with this. So as I'm selling this idea to my wife, she's like, I don't think we need that, that's stupid. So I showed her the ab bench. Boy, she loves doing abs. So this thing is pretty cool. So it gives you that kind of that decline. So I do a lot of decline dumbbell pressing on here, that kind of stuff, but it's a cool ab bench. Again, this adjusts, comes off, takes it on. So this is kind of a cool idea here. So the posts on this rack are made with our new posts that we're selling with the quick ship rack. And what we did with these is, instead of doing laser cut numbers, which add to the cost, we did compass markings on every 3rd hole. So it gives you a little bit easier way to kind of line things up, but you'll see this on all of our quick ship racks right now. And this is what we're calling our compass post marks. And again, it's every 3rd hole. So it's just an idea, you know, easy way to kind of put your attachments on without counting holes and not having to laser cut numbers, which drives cost up. So again, this is my accessory rack. You can see that you don't need to do much to add to your home gym, but this turned out great. Okay guys, you've seen it all. This is my gym, I'm very proud of it. Paid for everything in this thing. I love it. Buy a home gym, buy it from elitefts. Now pack your shit, get the fuck out.